There are two basic types of marriage. There's a contract marriage, and then there's a covenant marriage. Contract marriage is very popular in the United States right now. Covenant marriage is what biblical marriage is supposed to be all about. In a contract marriage, you have two people, the husband and the wife, and they're making a legal agreement. In a covenant marriage, you have three people, the husband, the wife, and God, and they are making a sacred commitment, a sacred covenant. In contract marriage, the marriage lasts and the contract is kept until disagreement do us part. When they reach a point of too much disagreement, the contract is broken and there's a divorce. Covenant marriage says until death do us part. And you do everything you can to make that marriage work for the rest of your life. My wife Kathy and I have been married 40 years. It hasn't always been easy, but we knew that we had a commitment until death do us part. The goal of a contract marriage is happiness. Both people be happy ideally, but especially I'm getting married and I'm staying married because I want to please me. Covenant marriage, the ultimate goal is holiness. And the person that most needs to be pleased is God. When you have a covenant of marriage and you have a covenant between your mate and God, there are times in every marriage where your mate is not being for you what you need them or want them to be. But you continue to be a good mate. You continue to be a good spouse, sometimes not even for their sake, but for God's sake, to please Him, to honor Him. You get up with the attitude, I'm going to be a great husband, a great wife today. I'm going to do the right things today to honor God. I'm going to do the right things today because one day I will stand before Him. This is a powerful principle. And when you have this covenant, you have a very strong marriage. Because you see, a threefold cord, as it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, a threefold cord is not easily broken. And when you have that strength of a covenant, it brings lots of things into your marriage. It gives you an unconditional commitment. I know my wife is committed to me even if I'm not doing well, even if I'm very sick, even if I can't provide the way I hope to. There's an unconditional commitment. There's sacrifice. It's not about you getting, it's about you giving up for the sake of your mate, for the sake of your marriage. It's about fidelity. I'm not going to commit adultery. I've made a covenant with my wife, and I've made a covenant with God. And she's not going to commit adultery. She's made a covenant with me, and she's made a covenant with God. And that gives you great security. Security in knowing I can trust my wife. I don't have to worry about that. There's security there. I know that she's going to unconditionally love me as best she can. Well, obviously, if you have this attitude, you're going to grow. Marriage surfaces selfishness. And you realize how stupid and selfish you are. And the situations you go through in marriage keep bringing it to light. If you have a covenant of marriage, you hang in there and grow through and get rid of your selfishness. It polishes the rough edges off of you. Ultimately, this type of marriage leads to more fulfillment, deeper fulfillment. You've worked through things. You've gone through things together with God. And certainly it brings hope. It brings hope. You see, the beauty of it is God is committed to your marriage as you are. And He wants to see this be something beautiful. Now, I understand that there are situations and circumstances, but I want to encourage you today. Have a covenant marriage. Do it God's way. If you do, there's hope. And there's hope for your marriage today.